What's up, gamers? This is another Godforge video, and today I am inspired. And the reason I'm inspired is because of this guy. His name is Aaron, and he is the narrative director at Fateless for Godforge. He was recently in a video with Unbound Sage where he leaked a bunch of information about the lore of Godforge. I'll link that video down in the description. And what we're going to do in this video is break down all the information about the lore and story we have so far for Godforge, because Aaron has given us a lot of good information that has answered a lot of questions, but has brought up even more questions. So we'll dig into that too. So let's jump in. Now, admittedly, I've never been a story guy when it comes to mobile games. I typically skip that. But ironically, my favorite games of all time are The Last of Us and the Mass Effect trilogy. And if you know those games, they are very story focused. So when hearing Aaron talk and just hearing the whole Fateless team talk about the emphasis they're putting into the story, it gets me really excited because Godforge looks like it's a very rich and complex story and engaging. So also, not surprisingly, when I looked at Aaron's bio on the Fateless website, he said his favorite games are The Last of Us, God of War, and Mass Effect 2. So we're twinning in that regard, which makes me even more excited for what he's going to bring to Godforge and the story moving forward. So, what is that story? Let's break down everything we know so far about the story of Godforge. And I'm going to do that in chronological order, not necessarily how we received the information. So, at the beginning, there were many different worlds, a multiverse of realities, all with their own gods and pantheons. All those gods were all powerful and existed separately from each other until the shattering. Now, the shattering broke all those realities apart, and they were pulled back together, but all into one reality by fate or destiny. Destiny is one of the three primal powers that exist in this reality, I guess, or this world. We have destiny, who saved everybody, and we have order, and we have chaos. Now, it is fair to say that either order or chaos were the ones that attempted to destroy all realities. We don't know why yet, but we know how it happened based on a trailer that Godforge put out. So Gilgamesh destroyed the Aetherwell. That is the source of all creation. Now, what's funny about that is he aligns himself with order in the game. So did order think that this was the most a drastic way to maintain itself, or did chaos corrupt Gilgamesh to destroy the Aetherwell? We don't know that yet. But there was also a mysterious bird in the room with him, and I think we're pretty sure it is a crow. Now, Aaron said he was not going to reveal what that bird was, but the Adventures of Adam did a great job breaking down why he thinks it's a crow and why he thinks it's the Morrigan. So I will link that video down in the description, but it still leaves the question, why was that crow there and what was Gilgamesh thinking? So now, as Destiny pulled all these realities back together into one, we have all these gods, myths, and legends that have to share this world with other powerful gods, myths, and legends, but none of them are as powerful as they were in their own realities. So, over the next 100 years, they battle it out or try and figure out what their place is in this reality until Destiny creates you, the Scion. That's right. You are the main character of this game, and you are what is going to restore the balance between order and chaos. At least that's Destiny's intent. But Aaron even mentioned it that Destiny, order, and chaos are all going to try and influence you towards their way. Now, we also know that the gods are not going to be happy with this newfound Scion, this new all powerful being that is coming into the existence. And how they react to you is going to be based on the things that you do in the game. You might be wondering, what makes you the Scion so powerful? Well, it is your ability to use the God Forge. Yep, the name of the game is the God Forge, and that is that was created by Destiny, piecing together the ether well. So you have the powers of creation. And what you can do with those powers is create copies or avatars or the spirit of those other gods, myths, and legends. So, as you can imagine, they might not be very happy with that. But again, you are the main character. You have the biggest impact on this world, and the only way that it can be repaired by Destiny's hand. So we know the main story of the game is going to be your journey as the Scion, restoring balance between order and chaos. But there's also going to be different aspects of the game that are going to be about the heroes, myths, and legends and gods that react to your actions. So there might be a side thing about two different heroes getting together to try and take you down, or some trickster gods trying to uh, trick you into helping either order or chaos. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but it's not, there's going to be lots of different aspects of the story and different ways that they're going to react to your newfound power and the workings of destiny. I also think we're going to get flashbacks into the 100 years between the shattering and when the Scion is born, either through game modes or different story elements, because we know that the alpha experience through the caverns was within those 100 years. Aaron did confirm that. So the idea there was that the gods, myths, and legends found these caverns where Fafnir was at the bottom, and they sent themselves or others down to get that wealth and power from Fafnir. So I'm sure there'll be other elements like that. There's also, it's always shifting. So we should get more myths, more legends, more gods, more heroes, of course, and potentially even more factions, as there are lots of myths out there in the world that they haven't even touched on yet. So I'm excited to see it grow over time too. Aaron has spoiled us with a lot of information about the story of Godforge over multiple different videos, but that also leads to a lot more questions. Like, one thing I'm thinking about is we have order aligned heroes, we have chaos aligned heroes, but we just learned about this third primal power that created the Scion Destiny. Will we sometime down the road have destiny aligned heroes, maybe from a different reality altogether? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And of course, we will continue to cover everything Godforge moving forward. So if you're interested, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm Brad with BradBodGaming. Until next time, I'll see you later.